This one is going to be about something else, yeah? No inbreds. Well, maybe still. Well, anyway, like this one's about suspicion I've got about a certain queen. I'm not sure if she's still alive. Still have to look it up. Yeah, she was. Well, anyway, she's called Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, it's the Queen of England in these times. Yeah, it's the one that they say that killed Diana. Yeah, I doubt it, by the way. I doubt it, because that's what they want us to think. Um, okay, so listen. Queen Elizabeth, when she was still a girl, she was, oh yeah, well, she was 18. I call that's still a girl. When you're 20, when you're in the 20s, when you start to become a woman, I think, or a man. If you're a man, obviously, but still. Um, Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, when she was 18, there was this weird idea that somebody put in her head, and I know how they do it. I know how the Secret Service can put ideas in your heads. Yeah, sometimes they just walk by, have a conversation with the two of them, and then have you pick up on shreds of that conversation, resulting in some stupid idea that can form in your head. I've seen some strategies they use, and this is one of them. Now, Queen Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth has been I think, victimized by this strategy, way back in the days. Back in the days when Secret Service stuff was not really a thing. No, it started to become a thing when back during the Second World War and everything. But when she was a girl, there was, I don't know, there was hardly any Secret Service stuff going on, so there was no real reason to be suspicious, right? Now, this girl had this idea that popped up in her head for some reason, and decided to ask, I don't know who, I assume some people that work there, to stage an assassination on her. A murder attempt on her. Why? Well, because she wanted to have a good reputation for when she was gonna be queen. She wanted to have a nice. She wanted the people to think like, yeah, that's a good queen. She stayed really calm when somebody tried to kill her. That's good. We like a queen that stays calm when people try to murder her. It's this sort of. I assume this was her motivation. Yeah, to get herself a good reputation. Anyway, this was the most horrible murder attempt in the world because, well, first of all, the guy who tried to kill her, well, you used blanks. Yeah, not white people. I don't mean I don't mean white people. I mean, the things that just pop without bullets shooting out. It's just a lot of noise. Yeah, so this guy tried to kill her with air, and then I just read a small article on it on the internet, and then he actually wrote a letter as well, like, I'm gonna murder you. And then 3 days later or something, that letter arrived. Yeah. Well, as if, like, here's the evidence. He actually tried to murder her, people. Yeah, with blanks, but still. Right? The most horrible murder attempt in the world. And it got her the exact opposite of what she wanted. She wanted a good reputation. What did she get? She was the queen that tried to get a good reputation by staging an assassination. That's what she got. Yeah. Now, here's a woman that has so much regret. Like, there's probably a lot of people have had regrets about many things, but this woman and this poor decision probably got her so much regretful feelings that it wouldn't be very difficult to motivate her to spend her empire, her money, her resources on trying to find a way to go back in time. Right? Yeah. Go back in time. Now, yeah, inbreds. We're gonna talk about inbreds anyway. I believe it's the inbreds that wanted to have a head start. And I'm not talking about I'm actually talking about a line to the future. Yeah, it's a bit of. I'm not built for these sort of things. My brain is not built for these sort of things at all. Now, but I believe they convinced her to go to the future so she could go and talk to herself in the past and not do that stupid thing. That's what I think. They convinced her to go to the future and then back to the past, because you cannot go back in time right now, can you? No, but you can, or you may be able to do so from the future, right? Yeah, it's not a very unlogical way of thinking about it. So you first have to go to the future to go back to the past, right? Now, I believe that she has been influenced in several ways, and one of them is by using crystals and alcohol. Yeah, I believe that Satan, him or herself, is involved in this. I believe Satan is an individual that put him or herself in a crystal sarcophagus or some bottle or whatever, full of alcohol, just pure alcohol, just to prevent from rotting away. But also, I think this person died inside that crystal, and so the soul may be sort of trapped in that crystal. And so when the queen drinks her alcohol from a crystal glass, she's basically taking a sip of Satan's Satan's grave. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, and so I believe there's a certain way of some telepathy or whatever. I'm not sure what it is, but they clean her crystals and they reprogram them, and I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff going on that I don't know nothing about, but I've got theories, and I believe she's been influenced in more than one way, and I think this is one of those ways. Now, she's been spending a lot of her money on some secret lab or whatever, and some inbreds have convinced her that there's some. I think they told her that there's some quantum mechanic little remote little machine that she can use as a two-way communication, and there's only two of them. That's what they said. There's only two of them. This one can only communicate with this one, and vice versa, and that's it. Nobody can get in between, and time nor space can influence it because it's quantum. It's just a teleportation of information instead of transportation. So yada 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 yada. Yada. The queen is convinced, and she sends one of her ships to. And this is how I believe, and it's sort of makes sense as well. I think she put some of her clones in some clone factory in some spaceship, and they sent the thing to go to some planet, one of our own planets in this galaxy, and circle around it and then come back. Make a U-turn and use that gravitational force to come back again. Now, I don't know which planet and I don't know how long that travel would take, but I can imagine it would take a while, like thousands, if not tens of thousands of years, right? Yeah, this was pretty primitive technology back in the days, and I think she's already on her way. Now, technically, like if you don't take any action to stop this thing, technically, she should be able to immediately have contact with herself from the future, or a version of herself from the future with that little machine, right? Because once that rocket went up in the air and was programmed to, make a U-turn around a certain planet and come back. Well, technically now the option is there. Right? Now, unless something is being done against that, she could be being able, or somebody could be able to communicate to the future right now. I don't think it's the queen, though. No, they've been messing with her. Of course, there was another machine. She just got a bogey one. The inbreds, they took the real one. And I think they've got this line to the future. Yeah. Using Queen Elizabeth's clones to do so. Now, it's beyond me. It's beyond my brain too. But this is just what I sort of, in some hazy state, sort of figured out. Like this could be a thing. This could be a thing. Because you can isolate this, and this is how the Secret Service always likes to isolate their people. I've been isolated too now. They've been isolated. They've been blocking everybody away from me. Like I don't trust anybody. She's obviously paranoid as can be. Everybody thinks she is responsible for Diana's murder. I don't think that's true neither. I think the Kabballa was trying to make her look bad again by executing Miss Diana in the way they did. They actually murdered her in some tunnel. Yeah, they blinded the driver with some flash. The driver went into some thing that was in the tunnel, crashed, and then some say they actually murdered Diana by breaking her neck or choking her in the car because she wasn't really dead yet. Yeah, they actually murdered her because she was the people's princess. She was about to become the people's queen. The way she was going, I mean, she was using her fame, her influence to have a positive effect on Africa, for example. That's Kabbalah's primary target for I don't know how long, creating division in Africa. She was doing something against this. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was becoming the people's queen. Now, the Kabbalah tried to make Queen Elizabeth look bad for ordering some poorly executed execution on Diana, just to isolate her even more. So she would talk to even less people, so they could have full influence by using telepathy and stuff to go make her go crazy, just to isolate her, make her go crazy, and use her kingdom, her funds, to do their bidding, to do whatever the Kabbalah wanted her to do. Yeah. Now, I have no idea how this future line is helping them, but it's probably doing stuff for them. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what you guys have in the future. I think there's going to be time travel at some point. I mean, come on, right? There's going to be time travel. There's going to be another. Yeah, I've got a weird theory about that too, considering me. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about that one in the next one because this one is not. This I ain't got enough time for this. Well, it's I don't know what to say about that theory at all. To be honest, it's just making me a bit scared. Yeah, because I don't know. I don't know nothing, man. Like I've been I could be relatively intelligent, but it's just my whole childhood I've just been wasting time because it's just shitty upbringing, shitty education. It's I'm not built for this. I try to, but I'm not built for this. No, there's super smart people that could probably handle this. Yeah, these I don't know how you call them. They're extremely intelligent. They could probably digest these sort of things without their brains melting in the process. You know what I mean? But no, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Hey, listen. Yeah, we're gonna skip to the other one. I think. I think I covered this one enough, right? Queen Elizabeth has been motivated to go back to the past because of a mistake she made. Well, she was forced to make. If you ask me, well, forced. She was motivated to make. You know, what I mean, they put ideas in your head. I know they do. I know they do. I've been dealing with these same people. They try to put ideas. I've been ridiculing them for. Yeah, they become a bit. They start to become a bit weird when you start to ridicule them. They like the silence. They like to make you go crazy quietly. Well, I'm not quiet. I'm loud as an idiot. Right? Yeah, they don't seem to respond very well to this. Yeah, so Lizzie or Queen Elizabeth has been a target of the Kabbalah for I don't know how long, and she's using her secret lab to communicate to some future or whatever. And it's not her even from the future as well. She may be thinking that she's talking to people, talking to herself from the future. It's not true. No, she's been talking to the Kabbalah. Yeah, maybe, you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm gonna go to the next recording about my thing, yeah? Yeah, I'll be back.